Hello Year 8. Today we are learning about piecework, commission and royalties. Piecework is when you are paid a certain amount for each piece that you are produced. So you might get paid $20 for every car that you wash. So if you work faster, you will get paid more. That's the incentive. So this is done in order to increase production, and the rate offered may be increased if you produce even more. Payment can be made for multiple things. So if you are handing out leaflets, for example, you probably wouldn't get paid for each one that you hand out. You might get paid per 100 or 1,000 leaflets that you paid out. So it could be for one thing or it could be for multiple things that you're getting paid. A commission is a type of pay where you are paid for the amount of goods that you sell. So this is usually for a salesman. So a car salesman, for example, they might get a certain percentage of the values of cars that they sell. If you get a retainer is a fixed amount that you get in addition to your sales. Because sometimes if you were a car salesman, if you didn't sell anything in that week or in that month, then you might not get paid anything. So a retainer is like a little safety net that some salespeople get. So they get that as their starting amount, and then on top of that, they get a percentage of what they sell. A royalty is a payment that is made to someone who owns the copyright or owns the property of what is being sold. So for example, a song. If you are the owner or the writer of that song, then people pay you a percentage to use your song. Royalties and commissions are very similar in that way because they both work on finding percentages of amounts. So let's have a look at a few questions. In question 1, Jacob is paid $12.30 for each pair of shoes that he polishes. How much will he be paid to polish 27 pairs of shoes? So if he gets $12.30 for one pair of shoes, if we times that by 27, that's how much you get paid for 27 pairs of shoes. That equals $332.10. Lena is paid 15 cents for each button she sews. How much is she paid for 320 buttons? So 15 cents for one button, we're going to times that by 320, for the 320 buttons that she sews. That makes a total of 4,800. Now that seems like a very large number. That's because it's in cents. If I have used 15 cents to calculate that, then my answer is also going to be in cents. To convert that into dollars, I will need to divide this by 100, and 4,800 divided by 100 is $48. Question 3. Donna earns $6.20 for each box of fruit that she packs. How much will she make for picking 25 boxes? So $6.20 for one box. I'm going to need to times that by 25 for 25 boxes. That equals $155. Part B wants me to go in reverse. If she needs to earn at least $200, how many boxes must she pick? So if she needs 200, I need to divide that by the $6.20, which gives 32.26 boxes. Now you can't pick 0.26 of a box. If we round that down to 32 boxes, 32 times $6.20 is only $198.40. She won't have enough money. So for these kind of questions, you need to always round up. So she will need to pick 33 boxes to make sure that she actually earns over the $200. Question part C. If she takes 3 hours to pick 12 boxes, what is her hourly rate of pay? Well, let's find out how much she's going to get paid for those 12 boxes. Her pay is going to be 12 lots of $6.20. So she's going to get paid $74.40. Now, to work that out as an hourly rate, it took her 3 hours to earn that money. So if we divide the $74.40 by 3, that tells me that she earned $24.80 per hour. That's her equivalent hourly rate of pay if she keeps picking at that speed. If she picks faster, it would increase. If she slows down, she'll earn less. Question 4. Sarah is a novelist who is paid a royalty of 8% on all sales. Calculate the royalty earned in a year if a book that she writes sells copies to the value of $48,000. So this is a percentage question. She gets 8%, so that's 8 over 100, of, which means times, the $48,000 of sales. If you type that in, she gets $3,840. Robin is paid a 7% commission on the goods she sells. Calculate Robin's income if she sells goods to the value of $15,800 in 1 week. So 7% means 7 over 100, of means times, her sales. Just remember that, percentages are always out of 100 times by the amount. So she's going to earn $1,083.60. Question 6. Jeff is a car salesman who is paid a retainer of $350 plus a 3% commission on what he sells. So calculate the amount that he earns in a week where he sells $0 worth of things. Remember, a retainer is like your base pay. You get that pay no matter what. So if he sells nothing, Jeff is still going to get $350. Okay, so at least he's not going to get absolutely nothing for his work that week. However, in another week, if he sells $32,400 worth of things, he's going to get his $350 retainer, plus he's going to get his 3% commission. So 3% is 3 over 100 times by his sales. So he's now getting $1,322 for that week. And in yet another week, he sells $1,400 worth. So he's going to get his $350 retainer no matter what. Then we add to that his 3% of his sales, which is $392. Okay, time for you to practice on the next few pages.